Come on, babe. It's showbiz news.
Showbiz news.
We're rolling.
This business we call show. This business we call show. When something happens that is so unbelievable, we always say, this business we call show.
Now, a lot of people do and don't like the Kardashians. She loves them. I don't understand them, but I want to understand them. And that's why they feature so heavily in this showbiz news. We thought we'd bring you some cracking stories today.
So we're going to kick off with a Khloe Kardashian story, just because it's fun. And I love the Kardashians. I don't like bitchy showbiz gossip. I like fun showbiz gossip.
So do I.
And I think Khloe has been treated really badly by the men in her life. She's got to stop choosing the same kind of men, because you're going to get the same kind of treatment.
Didn't Jimmy Kimmel say that?
Well, I just think anyone would say it. I mean, the thing is,
they're all basketball players who take the piss.
yeah. So, obviously, she was cheated on and then cheated on again, and she has actually split up with him. But there was a big debate as to whether, she hasn't seen him for like 3 months something, as to whether he would be there for their daughter True's first birthday. And ta-da! He was at the birthday.
Oh, well, there you go.
Very, very extravagant birthday. I mean, look at those
Bloody
balloons.
hell.
I mean, look at those balloons.
If I'm honest, it looks like global warming is happening in their garden.
I'm sorry, I just think it's too over the top.
I think it's outrageous. I mean, how can you, once you've had that many balloons, what allure will a balloon ever hold for you as a child?
I mean,
that's
gorgeous,
it.
though.
Well, are they? They look like chromosomal defects.
They're
It looks odd. It looks like something that's gone wrong in a Petri dish.
Very, very extravagant
Birthday.
party. Apparently, yes, they split up about 2 months ago. This was after he's accused of kissing Kylie Jenner, Khloe's sister's best friend, Jordan Woods,
Didn't kiss Kylie Jenner.
who had been like a sister to all the. She was
I
very
remember
much
us looking at
in
that,
their
yeah.
inner circle.
Yeah.
So, 2 months ago they split up, but they continue to co-parent True. Brilliant. And apparently her friends say that Khloe is very able to compartmentalise. She doesn't want her daughter. She was very close to her father, Khloe, and she very, very, very bad way when he died.
Right.
So she's probably, the thought of her daughter going without a dad is probably more than she can bear.
I don't think
if only more people were like that. You know, when people have their battles between themselves and then they bring their kids into it and deny their child of having their father or their mother, I think is just despicable.
It is.
So I think, And you know what? When people say to me, what do you like about the Kardashians? That is actually one of the things I love about the Kardashians, is that no matter what's going on, they all stay friends.
And they know
Friends
where
with
to
exes.
and they know where to hire unicorns.
Yes, because there's little True on a unicorn. Unicorns are real. They are
They
real.
are.
And
Look
they
at
had
that.
massive True
Written in
spelled out in
letters.
huge letters. Happy first birthday, Mama, because Khloe always calls True Mama.
So can I just say, they've got so much money, they're not even worried about the fact that True won't ever remember her first birthday.
But I suppose she'll look back at the pictures.
Well, that's why they're doing
Let's be honest. The Kardashians aren't paying for a penny of this. There are companies hurling themselves at their feet to let them do it for free.
Clearly a major balloon company hurling their balloons at them.
Yeah, look at all the, aren't they
Beautiful
pretty?
umbrellas, the Japanese sort of
Are we
umbrellas.
going to be showing these pictures?
We are, yeah.
Oh, look, beyond there, they've got clouds. I want clouds on my
Look,
birthday.
they've also got dry ice all over the floor.
Dry
Look, you're
ice.
ignoring that. Look at that detail.
Oh my God.
God, that makes
that is extravagant.
That makes
beyond.
that Simpsons birthday cake we did one year look a bit
But you know
shit.
what? You know what, guys? The thing is, I mean, when I remember my birthday parties, I remember the cake melting in the napkins. I remember the chew-it you'd get in your little party bag. Kids will just have anything, just as long as they're centre of the attention.
We used to have a packet of 10 silk cut put in my party bags. That was it, and a lighter. This story I stumbled across, but it's kind of your zone. Kyle Richards has been, and I talked about this with the girls on our walk around the park. She's been shamed on social media for attending Coachella.
Too old.
Too old for festivals, dude. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's right? What is Coachella the name of a place? It's so difficult to say.
It's a massive festival.
I find it annoying to say it.
Coachella. You know what annoys me about this?
What?
The younger generation at the moment are very politicised, very politically correct.
Hypersensitive.
There's hardly a thing we can say in this house without them going, oh, you're so this, you're so that, you're so this. And yet they do not see that is prejudice in itself. It's sad if you go at that age.
I'd say there's one category of person they're more than happy to duff in, and that's people over the age of 48.
Yeah. Well,
Why is
35, really.
Well, this is it. But Coachella, I mean, but that said, we did have a conversation. I would not feel comfortable or easy at something like Coachella.
But that's fine, neither would I. But to judge other people for going just because of their age is prejudice. It's the very definition of the word.
But do you think these Real Housewives were going as chaperones, as they claim, or were they going for the press and publicity and the lash?
Do you know what?
On the lash. They look like they're having a great time.
Looks like they're having a brilliant time, and good for them. Yeah. So what? Everyone is so damn judgy. It's
Who's
like,
the one with the
what's it got to do with anyone else? Just have a great time.
Look, one person said, old women living through their kids. Weird, boring and strange. Too old for the shit. Go home. Grandmas. That's not pleasant.
Oh, God, I've just realised we've forgotten a story we should totally be doing.
What?
Kim Kardashian did the famous Vogue 73 questions where they walked through her entire house. Look at the pictures here. This unbelievably minimalist house. Everything is made out of stone and grey and caramel and beige. Look at it. Just look at it. Room after room. All the children are matching.
My God.
It is bizarre. I mean, come on. I don't believe she wants a house like that. She's grown up in a house with big squishy cushions and sofas and this is the house of like, well, I mean, what is it? What is it? It looks like something out of the Flintstones case.
I don't know what it is. What is it? What is it?
I mean, it's just so minimalist. It might as well not even be there.
So does she own anything to put in it?
I mean, how can you just go through the door like that and you're in a bedroom?
So when you say this is the 73, I feel like I've entered a parallel universe.
Both, 73 questions. So they walk through, hello, and she goes, hello, come through. Then you walk through her house, but it's the most crazy house you've ever seen.
Why is it called 73 questions?
Kids. Oh, I don't know, they just ask her 73.
Oh, right.
You always go on and on about stupid... This is what he does.
Why
I'm
73?
telling a story. Why 73?
Well, it is a valid question. Why not 42?
The hell do I know
You say
why Vogue America has decided to ask Kim Kardashian 73 questions? I have no idea.
Why is it a news story?
Oh my God.
This one's a funny one. John Legend, the musician and singer, his wife, Chrissy Teigen, I don't know who she is, but this just...
I think it's Teigen.
Teigen, this tickled me. This tickled me because he threw a Game of Thrones viewing party, which I would have liked to have gone to. And she did the thing that Nadia does all the effing time, which is she didn't stop talking constantly.
Oh my God.
Constantly throughout the whole show, asking pointless questions all the time. So she got kicked out of John's own viewing party for talking too much.
But I love Chrissy Teigen because what did she do?
Yeah, she picked the lock and got back in.
Picked the lock and got back in. I love her. Mike, you have to check out her Instagram. She's
Is
so
she funny?
Oh, she's properly funny.
Oh, right.
She's one of those beautiful funny birds.
So I know what she was doing there, and I know why the boys will have got really irritated. She was doing that thing that you do, which is purposefully trying to unpick the threads of a jumper that is so inextricably entwined with what it means to be a boy, with boys' own fandom, and then you start to do that, and you wonder why everyone gets so intolerant of you.
Cheryl Cole reveals she used to call herself horrible names like silly cow and stupid bitch and such before therapy. And this really interested both of us.
It did.
Because we do a lot of work on this ourselves, doesn't it? And she, interestingly...
You call me nasty names and I call you nasty names.
What I loved about this is she said when she got pregnant, all her anxiety dissipated because she felt so warm and so safe, which I thought was really lovely because it was the complete opposite for me. I got so much anxiety once I got children. But she's been doing CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy, which basically teaches you how to reprogram your brain. Yeah, and I just think it's really great that she's spoken out about this because I think it is a real sickness of the Western world that we have these terrible inner critics that just talk shit to us all the time. That if somebody walked into our house now and said, you silly cow, you silly bitch, you'd have them thrown out, you'd call the police, and yet we let these devils live in our head. And Cheryl talks. And this is, I think, the first real interview about being a mother. It's on a podcast.
Oh, right.
And she talks a lot about all sorts of things, and says, the thing is she just
Stella magazine.
Yeah, she just doesn't want to judge anyone to judge her. Her baby sleeps with her in the bed, which I think is a lovely detail. Ours did with us. And she said she knows loads of people will think that's wrong, but so what? So good for her.
Can I just say also, I mean, I've been to a lot of CBT, and one of the things that they talk about in there, this self-critic, the harshest critic being the voice in your head, it can be so powerful and so overwhelming, and it still is in my life, and I have to work at it really hard at keeping it away, that it can be as destructive as physical self-harm.
So I thought it's really good that she talked about that.
It is really good. The only slight frustration with CBT is you can do things to stop the self-critic. You can't stop other people calling you a silly cow.
Yeah, but if you've got a good sense of yourself,
No, I know, but isn't it a shame that you can't have something that programs other people not to do it? Justin Bieber again. What's he up to?
Well, he's left fans baffled at photoshopped Jaylee. That's clever, isn't it?
Photoshopped Jaylee?
No, they put their two selves together. So he's basically put his head on his wife's body.
He's a jokester, the Biebs, isn't he?
So he's got all his tattoos on her body, but she hated it. She was like, make it stop. And then
really?
His mum was like, please just...
Oh, yeah, I hate this.
I hate this. Yeah.
But he's becoming a bit of a jokester, isn't he? He's a bit of a prankster.
I think he's... Yeah, I mean, he talks quite openly. He's got a bit of a struggle going on, hasn't he? He's had a real struggle. And, yeah, he's been playful. And good for him. Again, why do people have to say anything about it? It's like,
but this is what I don't understand. If it's very hard in this day and age just to be funny on social media. And as soon as you sort of step over the edge of being funny, I loved his tweet recently, or his Instagram photo, where he had did he have an animal or something in the scan of the
puppy,
baby?
They pretend that
just be silly with it. Just go with it. Don't be offended. If you're going to be offended that easily, get off social media. That's what I say. Ryan O'Neal. Do you remember Ryan O'Neal?
Well,
Farrah Fawcett.
Yes, I do.
Well, apparently he's selling an Andy Warhol portrait of his ex, Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Interesting.
Farrah Fawcett Major, was it?
Farrah Fawcett was interesting, isn't it? Because he was in a legal wrangle with the, I think it was a university or a college, because she had apparently left this to them in her will, and he won it back. And apparently he's trying to do this on the down low, sell it. Oh. It's estimated to be between 20 and 25 million
$18 million.
Well, estimated much more, but if they say he's willing to go for 18 or maybe even lower. God, wasn't she beautiful? She
was beautiful, and I loved him. He was Ryan O'Neal. Do you remember the film Paper Moon? With Tatum O'Neal, their daughter, who then went out with McEnroe, didn't she?
I have to say, I watched the documentary, which I thought was so... everyone's always saying so brave. Really was brave. With Farrah Fawcett allowed a warts and all documentary to be made of her battle with cancer. And, anal cancer. Like, can you imagine? She's this movie star, and just the horror of revealing all these awful scans and everything. And I got the sense that she was really, really lonely and really sad, and she brought Ryan back into her life through this documentary. Just watch it and see what you think about him. I'm not going to say anything. But I was very, very uncomfortable, and you could tell that so were her friends, and she was just so wanting this love. It was like, oh my God, I can still remember it was like she wanted this love back because she knew she was dying, but it just didn't feel real from him.
RuPaul. Now, the girls are banging on about RuPaul all the time. What is it with RuPaul? Who is RuPaul? RuPaul's Drag Race. What is this?
RuPaul's Drag Race, hugely popular.
Yeah.
And he has come out, RuPaul, saying, I love this, he said, actually, as a sidebar, he said, he started wearing heels when, because his sister taught him how to do catwalk run. He said, I never had to come out because I was never in. But anyway, he has said that he has an open marriage with his partner.
Right.
Roger Lebar.
Sounds like
because
that
he
one.
says, this isn't an interview for Vogue, because he says, I love him too much to try and put shackles on him.
Oh, you've been sold a pup, Rue.
No, not Rue, Georges.
No, Rue's been sold a pup. Of course he has. He's been sold a pup. If that's the nonsense he's having to kind of partake in to keep this guy. Georges Lebar sounds like a man who's used to getting his way. That name is very, very indulgent. And so what he's...
Or maybe it's because RuPaul likes to be able to do what he wants as well.
Do you think?
But you know what? I think for some people it just works, an open marriage.
But sometimes I don't think it does, and I think one half of the relationship isn't as comfortable.
Why not? What actually is wrong with having sex with lots of different partners if you're not hurting anybody?
Don't know. Should we try it?
For me, it wouldn't suit me or my life, and I've never been interested in that. But if somebody else does that and you're all consenting adults, so what?
Okay, well maybe we'll try it. I'll try it and see. I'll report back.
Okay, done.
Any particular stories you'd like us to pay more attention to? Do you want more of the Kardashians? Because I'm sure we could probably go into their bathroom and scrape the DNA out of their shower and create a story out of that, couldn't we?
And if you like this film, please hit the like button and the subscription bell.
Did you see the way her blank eyes were expressionless as I said something? Because she was just like waiting for me to shut up so she can get on. What? You? What?